us, which I just want to consolidate here. One is access to information and awareness. That is the first step towards change, and I think that's what National Geographic is doing here today, giving people the access to the knowledge, the information, and the change that we can make as individuals. For Rukmini ji, if she hadn't had access to that one person who taught her that she can be a solar engineer without being educated, without being qualified. Today, there are so many more women who are solar engineers, who are creating energy swaraj in not just Dungarpur, but other parts of the country. This is also very powerful information for all of us. And the third, of course, is the benefits of when a woman is empowered, a family is empowered, and the earth is empowered, and especially when the woman works with the earth. So, सलाम आपको रुक्मिणी जी और उन सब औरतों को, उन सब महिलाओं को जो आपके साथ काम करती हैं, आपसे जुड़ी हैं और आपके तरह समाज में अपनी रोशनी फैला रही हैं. I don't want to wrap this up. Can I talk to them all day?
Yes. Yeah,
but, I'm going to leave them for all of you. I hope that their stories inspire you, to inspire your readers, your followers, your viewers. I'm once again going to express my deepest gratitude to National Geographic for making me a part of this very special program. It's meant the world to me to introduce these wonderful human beings to you here. And what an honor and privilege. Thank you, Nat Geo.
Well, as Dia, you said, please sit. As Dia said, you know what, can I just let them go on, talk to them the entire day? हम सभी मंत्रमुग्ध हो गए थे, हम ऐसे दंग रह गए थे इनकी कहानियाँ, जो initiatives हैं इनके, and I would like to thank National Geographic for bringing these stories, to billions of people across the world. So thank you. And with that, let's bring on the hot seat for Kevin, sir. And may I request you please join us back on stage for the media Q&A. Thank you. आप सभी चेंज मेकर्स ने हमें प्रेरित किया है, जागरूक किया है, बिकॉज हम हमारी दुनिया में ना ऐसे दंग से रह जाते हैं. हमारी रोज़मर्रा की ज़िंदगी में हम उठते हैं, चलते हैं, दिन ढल जाता है और फिर दिल ख़त्म हो जाता है. चलते कि हमारी दुनिया है, हमारी छोटी सी दुनिया है, हम उसी में जीते रहते हैं. पर आप दुनिया के लिए काम करते हैं ताकि हमारी फ्यूचर जनरेशन है उन्हें एक बेटर दुनिया मिले. सो थैंक यू सो मच. एंड यहाँ पर वन फॉर चेंज लिखा है. वी कैन बी दैट वन फॉर चेंज. I saw that small thing when Dia was drinking water at the, she had a metal straw. These are small things that contribute, to the betterment of the future of our planet. And one more thing that I would want to state, because I'm also completely enamored, and the passionate words that came out from each and every change maker here. My sister posted a picture of an earthworm on social media a few days back. And I'm sure she's going to be extremely elated. I'm happy to be with all the change makers, especially, the worm Rani who's sitting next to me, because she told me, do you know what that is? I said, yeah, earthworm, but why would you post it on social media? She's like, that's my best friend, and that's the caption. So I asked her, why would you say that? She said, that is one of the most integral part of our ecosystem. So it's the earthworm. We don't know the value of these small things that, actually help us function through our life. So we have to be thankful, and thankful to all our change makers. Thank you so much for being that one for change. Thank you. And with that, I'm going to open the floor for media Q&A. सवाल जवाब का सिलसिला शुरू होता है. We'll be floating the mics and request all of you to please keep your questions revolving to the initiative and to the event that we are gathered here for. Please.
I suppose you're also going to get individual time with the change makers for more in-depth conversations. So this is, I think, more for, just everyone else.
Yeah, and that's why my question is for you, Dia. I am Nivedita from IANS.
Hi, Nivedita.
We talk about reducing carbon footprints, and as UN Goodwill Ambassador, you are here to lend support to the cause. What will be your message to the influential persons such as you, the celebrity kind from all fields, and the policy makers? What change they can bring about?
I think the first and the most important step is to understand that we're all citizens of this planet. It's our only home, and it is going through an acute crisis. There is a triple planetary crisis that we are experiencing. One, of course, is climate change. Second is pollution. The third is biodiversity degradation, loss of biodiversity. Now, these are three things that all of us have to be aware of, conscious about, and find ways to invest in changes in our lifestyle, in our ways of living and thinking and being to help reduce the impacts that we have caused and contributed in this crisis. I don't want to sound alarmist, but it is absolutely necessary that every single human being who has access to this information act on it and find ways to make a change. There are many, many scientific interventions and energy solutions. So when you talk about government and policy and bureaucracy, there are many interventions that are currently underway that need to get, of course, expedited, accelerated. This can only happen when you have finance, and whether it is private finance or finance from the first world countries that needs to come to countries, societies, developing societies like our own. This money has to be made available to us for us to be able to effectively shift to the renewables that we need to, right? India is already doing really well on the solar power front. There's, of course, a lot more that can be done. Waste management is a very critical area, and there's something that we've been working on called the Extended Producer's Responsibility. And I hope that it goes through, it becomes not just a guideline, but a law.
Hiring people, and it's about putting up inspiring stories that will make everyone make that small change. If you look at in today's date, you've met these 10 change makers. I'm saying is, the great thing about it is, it clearly says, age no bar. Okay, you've had, I'm saying is, someone as young 20 who's decided to do things by himself. Okay, it also says, I'm saying is, education no bar in the end of the day. I just think, I'm saying is, what we keep on doing, I'm saying with all our shows and with this show too, with One for Change, it's about inspiring individuals. It's about everyone learning from their stories and trying to see how they can make that one change. As someone rightly put it, saying that, you can make that change by saying instead of moving in a car with 4 and having a family of 4 going to different places, if you all can go and pull in. Okay? And I think it's about us, it's only about trying to bring these stories to the forefront, inspiring people, and if we can inspire as many of our viewers to make those small changes in whichever area, I think it's a job well done.
I also think that when you highlight stories, since you're talking about air pollution, you take what Tejas is doing or take what Vidyut is doing or even what Vani ji is doing, because each of their efforts are unique, but they're all three contributing to reducing air pollution. I think that people's understanding of that will increase. And I always say, when we learn about the interventions that are actually making a difference, it might inspire more people to incorporate those interventions. Today, I may only choose to use tiles that are made like this, or there are more people who may be inspired to start composting waste at home. I understand that your concern is that when industrial pollution is the big contributor, how do individual actions impact change? I think they do, collectively they do, because awareness then leads to more people asking the right questions and demanding action at a policy level, at a government level, at every level. And you can lead that change. I really want to meet you 5 years from now.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank
Dia.
you.
Thank you. And with that, that's all the time we have for the Q&A, because they also mentioned that we'd be having one-on-one with the change makers in a very short while with the friends from the media. So that's all the time we have. Would like to thank everybody for joining us, and thank you for inspiring us. Thank you for the insightful and inspiring session here. And thank you for being wonderful and patient audience. Like I mentioned before, we're trying to make this event a zero waste event. You'll notice that
You're trying to know, you've made it a zero waste event.
Yeah, but
it is a zero waste event.
Each and every individual also has to contribute when they step out and go into the pre-function
Right.
area. So, help us segregate the waste and the, materials rightly. So
Sure.
please make that move, as they said. Be the one for change. It starts from us. But please do cooperate and support us as we move into the pre-function area for lunch and as we end this wonderful event, wishing everyone happy Earth Day in advance. Let's do that small act of change starting today.